The tension on The View reached an unexpected high when legendary actor Harrison Ford appeared on the show and found himself in a fiery exchange with longtime co-host Joy Behar. What started as a routine interview about Ford's latest film quickly escalated into a moment that left both the audience and the panel stunned, and had fans talking across social media for days. Ford, known for his calm and reserved demeanor, had come to promote his new project, a reflective drama about aging, resilience, and redemption. The mood was light at first, with the hosts joking about Ford's career, his iconic roles as Han Solo in Indiana Jones, and his reputation for being both blunt and charming in interviews. But things took a sharp turn when Joy Behar steered the conversation toward politics, a topic Ford usually avoids. Behar, known for her outspoken political opinions and fiery approach, asked Ford where he stood on several current issues, including climate change policies and celebrity involvement in activism. Ford, who has been a longtime environmental advocate, responded calmly, explaining that he believed in action over talk and that public figures should do more and speak less. His statement, though measured, appeared to rub Behar the wrong way. "You can't just sit on the sidelines, Harrison," Behar said, her tone becoming sharper. "When you have a platform, people expect you to use it. Silence can be complicity." Ford raised an eyebrow and leaned slightly forward, his quiet intensity suddenly cutting through the tension in the room. "Joy," he said evenly, "I've spent decades supporting environmental causes, funding research, and working with organizations that make real change. I just don't feel the need to broadcast every move for applause." The audience reacted with a mix of gasps and applause, sensing the tension thickening. Behar tried to interject, but Ford continued, his voice calm but firm. "You see, there's a difference between activism and self-promotion. I'm not interested in arguing politics on daytime TV. I'm interested in doing the work that matters." Behar, clearly taken aback by Ford's pushback, laughed nervously but pressed on. "Well, maybe if more people spoke out, the world wouldn't be in the mess it's in." Ford didn't miss a beat. "Maybe if more people listened instead of shouting, we'd make progress," he said, drawing another round of applause from the audience. The energy in the studio shifted. Ford had just turned the tables on one of television's most outspoken hosts. Whoopi Goldberg, sensing the tension, tried to lighten the mood, joking that she wasn't going to get between two strong personalities. But the exchange between Behar and Ford had already captured the attention of viewers, and even the other co-hosts seemed unsure how to proceed. Ford, for his part, remained composed, sipping his water and leaning back in his chair, the image of unbothered confidence. The interview continued, but the spark of confrontation lingered. When the topic returned to Hollywood and Ford's legacy, Behar made a subtle dig, suggesting that some older stars struggle to stay relevant in today's changing entertainment landscape. Ford smiled, that signature half grin that's equal parts charm and defiance. "I don't really think about relevance," he replied. "I think about good work. If the work's good, people will care. If not, they won't. It's simple." Behar tried to retort, but Ford gently cut her off, not with volume, but with sheer presence. "Joy," he said again, "you've been doing this show a long time. You know how to push buttons. But I'm not here to argue. I'm here to talk about the movie and the message behind it, resilience, hope, and moving forward. That's what matters." The audience applauded once more, with several members visibly nodding in agreement. Behar leaned back, smiling tightly, perhaps realizing that she'd met her match. Ford's quiet assertiveness had effectively neutralized the back-and-forth energy she's famous for, and the moment went viral almost immediately after the show aired. Clips of the exchange flooded social media, with hashtags like #HarrisonFord and #TheView trending for hours. Fans praised Ford for maintaining his composure while standing firm in his values. Comments poured in across platforms. "Harrison Ford just schooled Joy Behar with class," one viewer wrote. "That's how you shut down an argument without losing your cool." Another said, "Ford didn't yell, didn't insult, he just told the truth." Legendary. Meanwhile, some of Behar's supporters defended her, arguing that she was only doing her job by pressing for answers. But even they admitted that Ford's calm and articulate responses carried a certain weight. "He didn't have to raise his voice," one fan posted. "He won that exchange by simply being himself." Producers of The View reportedly loved the buzz the moment generated, even though it wasn't planned. Behind the scenes, staff members described the atmosphere after the taping as icy but professional. Ford, according to insiders, thanked the crew politely before leaving, shaking hands with the other co-hosts but keeping his distance from Behar. She, for her part, brushed off the moment with her signature humor, joking to the audience that, "You can't ruffle an old pro like Harrison Ford." Still, the confrontation sparked wider conversations about the culture of talk shows, whether celebrities should be expected to engage in political discourse every time they appear, and whether shows like The View sometimes cross the line between curiosity and confrontation. Media analysts pointed out that Ford's handling of the exchange was a masterclass in restraint and confidence. He didn't lose his temper, didn't retreat, and didn't play into the performative aspect of daytime debate, one journalist wrote. He simply made his point and shut the moment down. For Ford, it was another reminder of why he remains one of Hollywood's most respected figures, not just for his iconic roles, but for his ability to command attention without theatrics. He's always been known for saying what he means, whether it's about filmmaking, fame, or life itself. And in that moment on The View, he demonstrated that authenticity once again. As the buzz slowly faded, even Behar seemed to acknowledge the weight of Ford's words. On a later episode, she mentioned the interview in passing, saying, "You know, Harrison's a strong guy. He's not the type you can easily rattle. Maybe I should have just stuck to Indiana Jones questions." The audience laughed, and so did she, a small but telling admission that Ford's quiet takedown had left an impression. In the end, the moment wasn't about anger or ego. It was about two strong personalities colliding in a space built for opinions and entertainment. But Harrison Ford's approach, cool, measured, and effortlessly authoritative, reminded everyone watching that sometimes the most powerful way to win an argument is simply to stay calm, speak your truth, and let silence do the rest.